Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine with me, your meditation guide and host, Robert. Just take a look at your social media timelines, TV news networks, and newspapers, and I wouldn't fault you for believing that the world is like a madhouse, where people lack even normal natural affection. There's not just divisions between people based on ideological perspectives, but even within the basic family unit. For example, millions of families have been divided by divorce, leaving parents angry with each other and children feeling that they're unloved. Even families who stay in the same house may become virtual strangers. I read a quote from a family counselor that said moms, dads, and children are all disconnected from each other and connected instead to a computer screen, tablet, smartphone, or video game console. And although these families live under the same roof, they barely actually know each other. Now, we don't want to be molded by the world's loveless spirit. Instead, we need to cultivate compassion, not only for our family members, but also for those who are part of the greater human family. What is compassion? We talked about this before, but I have to add, it's a term that specifically describes the warm friendship between close family members and can be reworded as tender affection. And it's this kind of love that we should cultivate for our spiritual human family, our brothers and sisters. When we show compassion, we help maintain the unity that is a vital part of our true self. I like to quote a passage found in the Bible that puts it well. It encourages us, love one another with brotherly affection, outdo one another in showing honor. Now, many spiritual traditions help reveal much about the universe in which we find ourselves and discloses to us that it's all love. The Bible, as an example, declares God is love. That description alone draws us within, where our higher self or God dwells, to who or what we really are. But this same resource of the Bible also says that God is compassionate, or again, very tender in affection, and attaches another quality that is within us, mercy. Now, mercy involves more than forgiveness. Mercy is an intense feeling that springs from inside a person when they see someone in distress and are moved to try to help the person. Your higher God self is described as having such intense desire to help that it's said to be greater than the feelings of a mother for her child. When we're in distress, the universe's mercy moves to help us. We can show mercy to our human brothers and sisters by forgiving them and not holding a grudge when they disappoint us, but the primary way we can show mercy is by supporting our brothers and sisters through the hardships that they face. When love moves us to be merciful towards others, we allow our true selves to not imitate, but to be the supreme example of tender affection or compassion. When we face unexpected trials, the universe comforts us through the tender affection and practical help that we receive from our human brothers and sisters too. Consider what happened to one American family. They reported that they were driving back to their hotel when another vehicle had lost control and veered into their lane, crashing into them. Now, no one was hurt, but as they got out of the car and stood in the freeway, stunned, someone on the side of the road was waving to them, waving them over to the safety of their own vehicle. It was one of the attendees who had also just left the same seminar. And he wasn't the only one who stopped. 5 foreign attendees from Sweden had also stopped. The women gave the family's daughter and the mother the warmest of hugs, which they had felt that they desperately needed at that moment. Now, the mother had assured them that they would be okay, but they wouldn't leave them. These women stayed with this family even after the paramedics arrived, and they made sure that they had everything that they needed. What's interesting is through every step of this ordeal, this family commented that they felt God's love. But why? Because these helpers were moved from the God within. This experience intensified their love for our human brothers and sisters, and it deepened their love and appreciation for life. So I ask, can you recall a time when you were in need and someone showed you compassion? Consider what results when we show tender affection for one another. We comfort our brothers and sisters in their times of need. We strengthen the unity among the human family. We prove that we're growing in loving consciousness, and this attracts honest-hearted people to true action from within. And above all, we glorify our true self, the Father of tender mercies and the God of all comfort. Well, may all of us continue cultivating and showing tender affection. With that having been said, I would encourage you now to find a place to sit, a quiet area, whether it be on the ground or in a chair, and to begin by closing your eyes or leaving them partially opened and taking 3 deep breaths. In and out. In and out. In and out. And now just try your best to relax your body and draw your attention now to your chest. And notice how your chest expands and contracts with every breath. You don't have to change your breath in any kind of special way. Just notice the sensation on the body. And with each breath, you begin to relax more and more and find that your muscles begin to relax. Any tension just disappears and softens. Don't worry about any thoughts that come to mind. Not even your internal dialogue. If you want, you can just label these, just say thought. And stay here in this place. Now draw your attention to the center of your chest, where your figurative heart, your God presence is anchored and dwells. Whenever you've had any exciting moments, whether they were moments of happiness or anger or hurt, there was a moment you felt it in your chest. Some would say they felt it in their heart. Well, remember that sensation. You know where it is. And now envision there in the center, that area where you feel a round golden sun. Right inside of you. And it's emanating a beautiful light. It's just warm. And this light and its warmth is expanding throughout the inside of your body. In fact, it emanates outside of you, extending out of your body in every direction. Allow this light to go from your chest down to your diaphragm, down to your stomach, further down to your groin, down your legs, to your knees, shins and calves, your ankles, feet, and all the way down to your toes. They just are filled with light. Now feel this center of your chest again and see the light extend into your arms. They go from your chest to your shoulders, down to the elbows, into your forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Feel your body as it glows. The light also goes up your neck, into your jaw, your nose, eyes, forehead, and envelops the crown of your head. And we're just going to maintain this for a few moments, this bright light body. Now drawing attention to the center of your chest, feel this affirmation. Try and detect if there's any sensation, a feeling of emotion as you say these. I am of the greatly compassionate human family. I am of the greatly compassionate human family. I am of the greatly compassionate human family. I am aided by loving persons as I am loving. I am aided by loving persons as I am loving. I am aided by loving persons as I am loving.